Mr. Toastmaster, fellow members, guests, looking death in the face forced me to relearn how to live in the moment. I'm a cancer survivor. So the experience of living in the moment, experiencing the now as it unfolds without distraction, or not, from my past, present, and future perspectives, is how I've chosen to reveal to you a little about who I am. So imagine this. I'm 8 years old. I have $5, and I've decided I'm going to go to Disneyland. I've never been there. I live in Fullerton, California, so I have to take a bus to get there. I've never ridden in a bus. Well, I find my way to Disneyland, and I spend the day exploring. It's 1959, and $5 buys a round-trip bus fare. It buys a book of tickets, including a pass into the park, and it leaves a little bit of change for a bag of popcorn. I'm the youngest of 7, so by the time I get home for dinner, I'd never been missed. And then there's a time, nearly 9 years later, it's 1968, August. It's the Vietnam War. And I'm now the esteemed Mrs. Rita Marmolejo. I have a 7-month infant. My husband is in combat. He's a Marine. He's been wounded. And he's been transferred and hospitalized in Japan. And we think that after recuperation, he'll be transferred back to Vietnam. And I think that I may never see him again, alive. So I decide, at the age of 16, that I'm going to travel to Japan to be with him. Fortunately, he was transferred back to the United States before my passport was approved. And then, fast forwarding past the birth of my second son, numerous factory gigs, my divorce, and a milestone shift that resulted in my getting a position as a clerk typist with an engineering firm. It's 1972, and numerous promotions, and 5 years later, I've learned how to operate and program mainframe computers. And it's this experience that establishes a systems approach to problem solving and decision making that has served me my entire professional career. It's also this experience that shaped the way I'm to experience the world henceforth. Because for decades after that, my future orientation extended only as far as the next immediate deadline. And sure, I was involved, wrapped up in the present. In fact, I had absolute tunnel vision. But I can't say that I was living in the moment. I lost the ability, I think, to live in the moment. And sure, there were plenty of awards, recognitions, degrees, accomplishments, achievements. And I think the greatest all-time distraction was related to my diagnosis. So imagine, again, if you will, it's January 2006, and I'm in the middle of a career change when I receive a cancer diagnosis. 2 surgeries later, on April 5th, 2006, I began an aggressive regimen of chemotherapy that lasts for 6 months and is administered every other week. And 7 days after that first treatment, I began my formal employment as a financial advisor with a Fortune 100 company. My ability to focus on distraction with tunnel vision served me well because I was in a 1-year intensive training program that required a 60-hour work week. It was through this experience that I realized that my predisposition for distractions was going to kill me if the cancer didn't first. So, a year and a half later, a month and a half ago, I resigned. Living in the moment doesn't mean not planning for the future. On the contrary, we're stewards of our own lives. And I'm happy to say today that I am relearning, focusing my attention on living in the moment. And as a cancer survivor, I'm elated to share that I'm able to look, that I have a vision for the future, that I'm actually able to see and plan for the future, that I can feel excited and hopeful and enthusiastic about what the future holds, and that I can look to the legacy that I'll be building in the next nearly half a century of life that I trust I have yet to live and experience moment by moment. Mr. Toastmaster.